Hello guys, in this session we are going to discuss about what is a Fibonacci number. So normally a Fibonacci number is a number in which the binary representation of a number contains no consecutive ones. So let us take an example as n is equal to 10. So the binary representation of 10 will be 1010 where we don't have any consecutive ones. So second bit is 0, third bit 1, fourth bit 0. So it is a Fibonacci number. Whereas we take a number as 11, the binary representation will be 1011. We have a consecutive one here, so it is not a Fibonacci number. So this is how the Fibonacci number looks like, and normally to find whether the given number is a Fibonacci number or not, we'll be using a brute force method which follows O of n, big O of n time complexity, where we'll be using a while loop and we'll be iterating the loop up to the when n not equal to 0, and we'll be getting the bits representations and binary and with each bits, and then left shifting the bits. So in this approach or in this solution I am going to discuss now, we will be using an optimized solution where it follows only big O of 1, a single search time complexity. So here we will be using the bitwise operators and the right shift operator. So the solution is that, let us take a number as 10 as which followed as n. So the solution is that n bitwise and with n right shift of 1. So in early session or earlier videos, we will be discussing about the bitwise operators, bitwise AND, bitwise XOR, logical OR and other operators. So just I will give a glance what and what is. So bitwise AND is an AND operator which deals with the binary representation, where when both the inputs are high, that means both the inputs are 1, it will be returning the output as 1, and if any of the input is 0, then it will be returning as 0. So then this is right shift. So in right shift we are having two types of right shifts. So this is normal right shift, that is signed right shift operator, whereas this operator is unsigned right shift operator. So we don't have much difference between these two operators, but in this optimized solution we'll be using this normal signed right shift operator. So what does right shift works? Right shift takes the number as a binary representation and shifts for every right shifting, it shifts one bit to its right. So for example, let us take 10. On right shifting 10, let's see what the answer will be. So binary representation is 1010. When this 10 is right shifted with 1 times, that means this position indicates we should right shift 1 times. So this digit will be shifted to its right, that is a circular like. So this 1 will be coming here, then this 0 will be coming at the second position, this 1 will be coming at the third position. So for the empty space it will be replacing with 0. So what is the equivalent decimal representation of this right shifted value? Here 21248, so we'll be giving us 5. So equivalent decimal value is 5. So the answer when 10 right shifted with 1 gives the value as 5. So similarly when we give 11 right shifted with 1, this also will be giving us 5. Since there is no change, this 1 will be here, so 1011, this 1 alone gets right shifted, so this 1 comes here, this 0 comes here, this 1 comes here, so the shifted value will be like 0101. So it is similar to that of 5. Likewise the right shift operator works. So this solution, the solution we discussed is that n right shifted with 1. So let us take a number as 10. 10 right shifted with 1, we already having a value as 5. So the n value is 10. N ANDed with 5. So AND operator works like, so binary representation of 10 is 1010, then binary representation of 5 is 0101. So what is the answer for 10 ANDed with 5? It gives, so let us do some indentations for clear understanding. It gives, so the AND operator, if any one of the output is 0, the output is 0. So here 0 0 0 0. So the answer is 0. So the condition is that when if n ANDed with n right shift of 1 equal to 0, sorry, it is when it is equal to 0, then it is a Fibonacci number. If it returns anything other than 0, then it is not a Fibonacci number. So let us check for 11. We discussed as 11 is not a Fibonacci number based on the binary representation. So we will discuss how it works. So 11's binary representation will be 1011, and 5's 11 shifted with 1, we already discussed it as 5. So it's 0101. So the answer is that it has 0, then 0, then 0 and 1. So it is not equal to 0. So it is not a Fibonacci number. So this is the core logic for this Fibonacci number program, and let us see how to implement this in Java programming language. So first we have to import the packages. So then get the user input. So then we have to get the numbers. Let us take the number as n. So we have to find whether it is a Fibonacci number or not. If is Fibonacci number of this n value, then we have to print it is a Fibonacci number, else we have to print it is not a Fibonacci number. Okay, then we have to write a function. The static keyword is used because our function call is from a static method. So static method only calls a static method, another static method. So we have to return boolean value, boolean type, and is Fibonacci number of, let us take the value as n. So our core logic is that if n ANDed with n right shift of 1, if it equals to 0, then return true, else we will be just simply returning false. So let us give the input and check how the program works. So let us give the input as 10. So what is the error? Though the method name, sorry, let us change the test like this. Yeah, now the program executes correctly. So 10 is a Fibonacci number. Likewise, we will be checking with 11. 11 is a not a Fibonacci number. See, it works correctly. So likewise, we will be checking with some other like 567. So it is not a Fibonacci number. So likewise, we will be 16 with 648. So it is a Fibonacci number. So this is how we have to find whether a given number is a Fibonacci number or not. Thank you. Let us see in another session.